professionals with which you are handling this. You talked about the Russians now having 4 vessels in the Eastern Mediterranean, but you did not seem to be that concerned about it. Syria is the proxy state of Russia. They provide the military assistance, the training to Syria. Are you concerned in any way that a strike by the United States could increase the amount of military assistance that Russia sends into the Syrian region?
It could, Senator. I mean, there is some indication that they have Syrian refugees that we destroy something, they can replace it. But, that's not a reason for me to hesitate to act. And to your point, there's always unintended consequences of conflict. But as the Secretary has mentioned, we know what the consequences could be, probably would be, if we do not.
Mr. Secretary, and Tracy, you look great. It's my understanding that the UN chemical inspection team left Syria on Saturday, and that UN Secretary Ban Ki-moon has directed the team to expedite the mission's analysis of the samples and information it has obtained. When do we expect to obtain that data and the analysis made by the UN, and when do you expect that information to be published?
So which information?
The United Nations inspection.
So by the way, Mr. Chairman, I'm looking over here at my successor in the United States Senate. Now, I don't know if there's a new initiation process here in the committee, but I noticed you don't even get a nameplate.
What? I missed that.
In the House, they put it up politely. So I'm wondering what the protocol is.
We're giving this sequester, so I thought Massachusetts was not even deal here. Senator, first of all, welcome to the committee and welcome to the Senate. Good to see you here. With respect to the UN process, we're hearing somewhere 3 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks, I suppose, is the range, but I think about 3 weeks is what we're told.
So, would it be wise for us to wait for that information from the United Nations in order to ensure that there is a signal sent to the international community as to the veracity of the analysis by the United States that chemical weapons have?
Well, let me speak to that because it's a very important and legitimate question. First of all, the mandate of the United Nations inspection team, which we have great respect for and we're grateful to them and to Secretary General Ban Ki-moon for their courageous effort to go in under difficult circumstances. And we have obviously pushed for inspections in other circumstances. The distinction here is that their mandate will only allow them to say that chemical weapons attached to the place. They have no mandate to assign blame. Who did it? And Secretary General Ban Ki-moon has reaffirmed that this is in fact what they won't do. They won't assign blame. They will confirm what happened. Now, can they provide additional information in terms of details and some additional evidence? The answer is yes. But will they tell us anything that we do not know today beyond a reasonable doubt? The answer is no.
All right.
They can't tell us because they don't have the technical means or the intelligence.
They don't spy as well as we do.
To put together what we have released to the world in an unclassified document. And when you add what we have a classified form that obviously can't go into here, we have an even more persuasive case about what is happening here. Now let me add to that, if I can, just one more thing. Iran and Syria itself have both admitted that chemical weapons attack took place. So Iran and Syria are already telling us that attack took place, but they've chosen the improbable and illogical notion adopt the regime.
My only suggestion would be that the United States declassifies a high percentage of the information that we have, so the American people and the international community can see. And I think that would be helpful in this whole discussion. That we declassify, I think it would actually give more assurance to the international.
Senator, I understand, and I have to tell you, the unprecedented level of declassification already, according to the intel community, could possibly put at risk some sources and methods. Now, one of the reasons that it was chosen to release one and somehow it leaked in some place in the world, and it was already in several newspapers. So as a result of that, it was further declassified. And that itself is an intercept, an actual conversation now out in public that shows the regime acknowledging its own culpability and expressing fear about the UN discovery. So there's already, it seems to be, a sufficient level without tempting fate on sources and methods.
Secretary Hagel, if I may, quickly, on the administration's draft resolution, would that draft authorization allow the U.S. military to conduct military operations outside of Syria?
No.
And would it allow military operations against foreign governments other than Syria?
No.
And would it authorize military operations against non-state actors?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Markey. Let me, on behalf of the committee, thank all of our distinguished witnesses that have been testifying for in excess of 3.5 hours, and I appreciate their information they've provided to the committee. Let me say that I appreciate the thoughtfulness with which each member has come to this issue at this hearing.
Thanks. God does good work, doesn't God?
And I have listened closely and understand some of those concerns. I've listened to my colleagues particularly express concern as to whether the actions that we conceive would in fact deter or degrade the ability of Assad to pursue chemical weapons attacks in the future. And I'm reminded in a much different context of an experience that I had in my own life. General Dempsey is actually originally from my area, Jersey City and Bayonne. I grew up in a tough neighborhood. And we had a bully in the neighborhood. And I was walking along the street one day and he just slapped me in the face. And I went away and told my mom and she said, "Boy,
Syrian fail-safe. No first use. Russia. Governor Cuomo accepts mayor of New York. Exodus 2.
And it wasn't to the third time when we were by a construction site that I got a piece of wood and whacked the bully, and that was the end of it. I never got whacked again. It's not quite this, but there is a lesson to be learned. Assad has made a calculation now through inching up several times that he can use chemical weapons, or he believes he can use chemical weapons without consequences. And in doing so, there is a global message that, in fact, other state actors and other non-state actors may believe they can do so as well. That's a critical challenge for the national security of the United States. And I hope members will consider that as we move towards the final action. I want to advise members that I think we're close to a text on a resolution, and so that they should consider that it is likely that we may very well be in a business meeting sometime after the classified hearing tomorrow morning. And we look forward to working with all of the members of the committee. Senator Porter,
I think you said it well enough. I want to thank the witnesses for spending this much time, not only in the hearing, but also in the financial hearings. I look forward to the classified meeting tomorrow. And I want to thank all the members for incredibly thoughtfulness throughout all of this. And I appreciate everybody coming back to be a part of this and taking it so seriously. Thanks everybody, will do. Thank you. Thanks for the committee here.
Syrian fail-safe, no first use. Russia, Cuomo settles for mayor of New York. Assad follows suit. All in one breath.
Yeah, I got it all done in one breath. Hey.
After how many hours? Syrian fail-safe, no first use. Russia's already signed that.
I say go
Q-
bomb Syria. No U.S. military intervention in Syria.
Cuomo settles for mayor of New York. Assad follows suit. Exodus 2.
Up there, or why do you wear
Yeah.
that?
Then his external memory.
Uh-huh.
Try to use the oldest word you can so people won't take away your right to do it.
And why do you wear it up there?
Because if you say video, they say no video allowed.
I understand.
If you say external memory, what do they say? No memory allowed?
Okay, good luck.
As unto you, Germany, may the logic prevail. Well, it's red, white, and blue. The loyalty and the bravery equally important with the logic.
You need to lower your voice, sir.
Oh, thank you for the decibel. That's what who says. Don't make me use my outdoor voice. Who else said there are other people trying to pray here? That was pretty smart. Syrian fail-safe. The U.S. has not signed the no first use agreement yet, but Russia has.
On nuclear?
Yeah. It's a movie, fail-safe. It's like what happened in Syria with the chemicals.
Pleasure to meet you, sir. Enjoy your internship. I will.
Exodus 2, and then Assad, where Cuomo settles for mayorship of New York, would be like Assad taking what's left of Syria. You don't want to take the hornet's nest and stir it up. You want the hive to be happy, make it smaller, give it another place to live.
All right, Mecca, you're a good dog. You are a really good dog. I like you. You've been wonderful.
Did you hear that, Mecca? You've been wonderful. You're
Take
helping.
care, sir.
You too, who? You're archetypal, the United States congressional kind of person. A credit to her. Do you whack the hornet's nest, or do you try to move it carefully to Manhattan Island and let the rest of the state be under the people?
What about you, Ivan? What do you do?
Who already posted on the internet about the wasp nest a week ago?
Look at the difference in population first. That can tell you between Syria and Iraq.
And what else do you or I need to know, Mecca?
Can I take a photo of my dog?
Sure, it's a free country. Help protect it. Who?
What's on your head? The caption.
It's an external memory. Eventually, it'll be artificial intelligence like Google Glass. You'll whisper in your ear and you'll let it see your life as much as you decide. You're welcome. May God accept our efforts. Try to use the oldest word you can. You start saying video and people say you can't do it.
Is that your little book down there?
Thanks, it might be. Yeah. Astaghfirullah. The U.S. Constitution, Mecca.
I agree with you. I think that the number one country in the world that distributes methamphetamine and holds the largest stockpiles of chemical warfare should stop. What is that number one?
$17 trillion, no food stamps, Olympus has fallen. You're free to leave to Canada or Mexico and vote, and we can reorganize. That's Exodus 3 if necessary. Do you think USCP wouldn't resort to using gas to protect the capital if we were 18 trillion in debt and the country were in danger of Olympus falling? And these angry mobs were approaching the Capitol buildings ready with sticks and clubs to tear apart the Congress that bankrupted the greatest nation on earth? Would the USCP resort to weapons of mass destruction? How would the rule of law be established? Probably General Dempsey would be here permanently. Maybe the military would take over the banks, is what I suggested. Are we training the military to be able to run the banks in case there is a financial disaster? Wouldn't you? Somebody should be trained.
Hey, Bill?
Yeah?
You can do me a big favor?
Well, constitutionally speaking, no, but what's up?
I was just going to ask you to just go ahead and grab your stuff and go.
Yeah, it's time to...
There's a crew that has to come in and reset all these chairs, kind of hindering them from getting their job done.
Yeah, and I'm getting a little loud again. Here's somebody's something there. I guess, hope that's okay.
Thank you, though.
You're welcome. We got as far as the protecting the financial system in case the debt ceiling doesn't, it gets...
Is that just an empty bag with a bunch of yellow things in it?
Dear God, thank you for an open society and...
Excuse me, Bill.
Come here, Mecca. Come here. The man's got to move quickly. Come on. Come on.
Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome, who? Good, Mecca. Now you can go a little slow.
Is that right?
Is that right? TSA trained to run the banking system? I don't know. They don't obey orders. They don't look as neat and professional. Probably the military would be the best chain of command to be sure the banks could function in case something horrible happened. Hi.
You know, I don't know. I probably should never nod my head.
So difficult.
I don't know what. Thank you.
Obviously, a great deal of it will depend upon how they
Hi.
again, I think
Good Mecca.
Yes, I want you to go back.
Good Mecca.
what that was not
And bit tough.
and I denied them of making the case. And they went
You
over
want to grab the bag? Excellent, thank you.
Consider this, would you imagine back on Monday night, or is it just lead up to the rest of next week? How would you go? I think the goal is to have a debate on the floor as soon as that is lawfully possible. And I think that's one of the reasons to try to move to March. I think the concern that people have generally are wrongly felt.
You would think the CIA could present 60, 90-minute movies that were so dramatic and compelling that the Congress would immediately choose one. In about 10 days. You would think CIA with a 10-day work space could produce 6 90-minute movies that were so dramatic and compelling that the U.S. Congress could choose one. Here's Protect Camp Ashraf people from the White House. Good.
Yeah.
Do you think Exodus 2 could ever work? Yeah, it's a free country. Do you think the people of Syria could have an exodus like the Jews did in Egypt, and who's ever left there, then we vote outside the country and partition it and resettle? Vote with your feet. You know, already 10% of the country has left. What if 20 or 30% of the country left and voted while we were in refugee camps to partition the country instead of fighting? Then you get the fighters to leave also, and you get to know who's really voting. What would Jesus do? What would Muhammad do? Muhammad left Mecca, he went to Medina. The Syrians should leave Syria and go to Hijra.
Seriously, I'm not playing. I just want you to know.
Hi. Pardon me?
What type of dog is it?
This is an Afghan hound. They're not a fully domesticated breed, but once you live with them constantly, they become almost human.
Really? Can I touch? Can I pet it?
Sure, please.
What's his or her name?
Mecca.
Mecca?
Yeah.
That's weird. Wow.
Good, Mecca. Perfectly friendly, Mecca. Yeah, Mecca has a big bone and uses it like a gavel to wake me up or call the meeting, like drop the bone on the floor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah. What should... Are you in town? Should we invite you out for dinner or lunch or tea or something so you could get to know Mecca better?
Yeah, I'm in town.
Good.
Yeah, we used to work here at the Senate.
Oh, great.
Some right now work at UPS.
Oh, there's, yeah. Let's see. Perfect, be friendly, Mecca. I'm not a pushy person. This has my phone number in it, I think.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Let's see.
That's interesting.
Where's it, the other one? This is the treaty. I guess this doesn't have my phone number. Do you have a pen? I'll drop my phone number on it and you can give me a call. Or I'm not a pushy person. Should I ask for your number?
You can write yours down, that's fine. Let's see.
Oh, you have a phone. Good. Some people just call the other person and it gets in the phone that way.
Yeah, that's true. Well, since you have it here, then I'll know where.
Okay, good.
I'll remember where it came from. Great. And what's your name?
I'm Bill or Mohammed.
Bill?
Yeah.
Asha.
Asha, pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah.
I'll see you later. Okay? Yeah.
God willing, I hope.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Gives the administration the flexibility that it may need, at the same time assures the American people and members of Congress that we're not going to promote activities, put us in the middle of a civil war. And I know that none of us want to see that happen. So I do think that, again, we're still going through red lines or, you know, again, there's a room full of people just right in the back area of the neighborhood.
Yeah, we're going to have to write up all these notes.
I think you've seen them come out asking Moses questions in writing and orally. Again, I think we're going to end up in a very good start.
Asha, write that down. Oh, you're so friendly, Mecca. You got to get an invitation, though. They have to.
Feeding that dog, Bill.
Won't eat the dry dog food enough, but some gets. Yeah, I think a naturally thin breed. But 2 cans of dog food a day, chicken, hamburger today. You know, eating better than some people, really. Yeah, it's not fair to everyone else, but such a good dog, you know.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so good.
I say hi to your pretty Afghan.
Yes, please do.
Hey, look at you. You smell my doggies?
I do dog rescue work, so.
What kind do you have?
Oh, it's a mixed breed
Yeah,
rescue
great.
group that I volunteer with.
A rescue group. Oh, good.
Look at you. Are
Yeah.
you being a snob? Are you being kind of a snob because you're too beautiful, huh?
Well,
You're too beautiful.
can be aloof, but
yeah.
not really a snob. Still young, kind of learning.
Really? How old?
Young. What do you want the dog to do to be more the way you think?
No. I'm just used to like dogs, like misbehaving, jumping up, and being crazy. Oh yeah, no. Afghans are. Now, what other dogs are similar to them? Are they in the Sighthound? They're the Sighthound.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The Saluki, the Russian Wolfhound, and all that.
Okay.
And
I'm fostering a dog right now that is. She's part maybe a Beason Hound. I mean, that's at least what the vet thinks, but mixed with Pit Bull. And so, I mean, runs, but is extremely strong and
great.
athletic too. Lots of challenges.
You are very well behaved.
What's his name? Her name?
Mecca. If you're in the area, we could try to coordinate and walk dogs together. We try to go out every day.
I'm way out in Fairfax.
Lucky you.
No, it's a long haul.
I worry a little about this facial tick there, the breathing around the edge of the mouth. I'm not sure what that is.
Around what?
See that tick in the face?
That's just the air going in and out.
Yeah.
No, that's just the air.
That's normal then.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, is it on both sides? Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it picks up, but I hadn't noticed it before, but it looks normal to you. Good.
Yeah. Yeah, some dogs actually they actually make little clicking noises because to get their olfactory sense kind of stimulated when they're sniffing.
Yes.
There's a weird kind of clicking sound.
Yeah, clicking. I'd have noticed that. All right. As unto you. As unto you. Yeah, sure, please. It's a free country. Help protect it. Good, Mecca.
All right.
Hi.
Both smile.
Good. Smiling Mecca.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome, Who. May God accept our efforts, right?
Exactly.
Likewise. Hi. Buddhist chimes. It's like daycare for Civil War, the way they're doing it, versus actually getting in there and sorting out people with reverse osmosis, police logic of directing traffic. Anyone want to leave? Yeah, no ID necessary. Anyone want to go in? Show me your permission.
You're just talking words now, aren't you? Just stringing words. I heard obtuse or something, osmosis.
Yeah, it's like daycare for Civil War, the way they're doing it. Oops, you're not playing good. We're going to hit you with a couple Ted Cruz missiles. No gas. Now fight nice. Fight nice. We have nuclear weapons and...
Are you pro-gas or anti-gas? Chemical warfare is concerned.
I'm like pro-more...
Good or bad against...
The important thing is to be a good person, and then you can use any means necessary to defend yourself and your people.
The fact that you couldn't give me a solid answer straight off the bat, I don't... You gotta come down strong on one side or the other. If you're pro-gas, just say yeah. Yeah, a country can use whatever it wants to control its people. That's fine.
No, I'm pro-integrity.
You know what? I don't think they should do that.
Yeah.
You don't have to agree with the means in which they're punished by it, but you could agree that it's bad.
We got to get together when you're off duty. Oh, they're doing an interview. Okay.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Right?
Pardon me?
Right? I mean, you're either pro or...
Jesus wouldn't defend himself.
Wow.
Muhammad says it's okay to defend yourself. The U.S. won't sign the no first use agreement. Russia has. It's like daycare for Civil War. You're using gas, stop. We're going to hit you with a couple of Ted Cruz missiles. Instead of really going in and solving the problem and separating the people. Go to your respective corners. Okay, break, go to your corners. Hey, look, half the country went to that corner. So while you're in the refugee camps, you can form LLC companies. You can vote about how we're going to partition that country. Governor Cuomo settles for being mayor of New York. President Bashir Assad settles for being president of a little area. You don't hit the beehive to solve the problem. You move the beehive carefully to a smaller location and let the other people have life without being stung by the bees, including yourself. You gotta love everybody involved.
I just told my office.
Here's how much I care.
I know.
I sent a letter to the U.S. Capitol Police Board. And then I went to all the trouble to format it and put it in a booklet so that anyone can read what I wrote to them. Good cops test other cops and help recruit. That's my idea of fun.
Yes, that's it. No problem. All right.
U.S. Supreme Court police officer tested me the other night. Got me so angry I pounded on his window because he wouldn't. He started to run away. He gave an order. Then he gets his partner to jump in the car and they both start to drive off, and I'm trying to get some assistance and clarify his order. They're leaving the area unprotected, driving off together.
All right, don't tell me that you banged on the window of the car.
Yeah.
You're admitting to something you shouldn't have done. So don't self-incriminate yourself in your conversation. It's not a good idea.
I got the video on YouTube. They've got it on their camera. I sent him a letter already about it. I have a copy on me somewhere.
I don't care to see the copy. It's okay.
Dennis the Menace did a cover for the booklet. It says, "Check this out, Mr. Wilson." And Dennis is handing a piece of paper to Mr. Wilson, just like the booklet. An apology and a requested remedy. Be brave and be fair.
All right, well, I think we're going to go.
Okay. Yeah, you're a
Think about
good...
it, and next time I see you, you can tell me whether you're pro-gas or anti-gas. I'd love to know that, because you haven't answered that question. I'm just curious whether you're pro-chemical attack, anti-chemical attack. So think about it, and we'll talk next time.
Okay, are you pro-green or pro-blue, or are you black and white? The authorization of use in force in Syria, as opposed to the authorization of the offer of the authorization of the offer of preservation of Syrian sovereignty or division, the authorization of the offer of the division of Syrian sovereignty while preserving the Assad regime. Despite the immorality of the Assad regime, we, the United States Congress, authorize Article 2 to preserve, protect, and defend the immoral regime and move it to a smaller venue, as if Governor Cuomo accepted the mayorship of New York. Are you on the phone? There's something, and people had a joke. We gotta go, Mecca. We gotta pray. Can't block a right of way. Terrific jump up, Mecca. Good.